In our previous session, we have seen about the types of PLC. In this session, we are going to see about the PLC programming language. So when it comes to PLC programming language, we have 5 language over here. The first one is ladder logic. Next one is functional block diagram. Next, structured text, sequential function chart and instruction list. Let's see a gist of information about all these programming language. Okay, so ladder logic. So it is a graphical representation of the process with the rails and rungs of logic. Let's discuss about this rails and rungs bit shortly. It's somehow similar to the relay ladder logic technique that were replaced by the PLC. Okay, the next one is a functional block diagram. It is a depiction of simple and complex building blocks like logic gates to closed loop algorithm and control. Fine. So, for example, if you want to perform the AND gate, so there will be the AND block over here. You can take and make use of it. Fine. Next one is structured text. This way of programming similar to the object-oriented language to provide high-level syntax using control statements. Up next is sequential function chart. It's similar to the function chart. We know, right? There will be yes or no function. If yes means do some action, no means do some other action. So it is similar to that. Okay, which is having one or more action and transition. Fine. Next one is instruction list. It is a text-based language for building small and complex system. So these are all the 5 programming language we are having in a PLC. Now we are going to study about the ladder logic. Let's see about the introduction of ladder logic. The first point we are having here is originally designed. Ladder logic is originally designed to represent construction and design of relay racks. So we were into the hardware control, which is nothing but the relay control system. Fine. So there we were using this ladder logic to document or represent construction and design of relay racks, as they were used in the field of process controlling and manufacturing. Fine. So each of the device included in the rack was represented in a ladder diagram with the help of the symbols. So with the advancement in the technology, these relay racks were replaced by the PLC. So we were using ladder logic for the relay racks to represent the construction. Now we are using this ladder logic as the main programming language in the PLC. The next one is, it is a deployment of ladder diagram as a foundation stone of the new programming language can be declared as a practical. Next, why ladder logic got its name? Because programming this language resembles the ladder. We were using, we will be using ladder to climb the height, right? So it is similar to that. It is also having the vertical and horizontal lines. That's what ladder logic got its name. So we are going to study about it. So you will be getting the clarification on this point very shortly. The next one, it is a widely used programming language in the industry. Fine. So yes, why it is very popular programming means it is having a history on its side. Fine. So it is easy to troubleshoot and easy to learn and teach. That's what it is widely used programming language in the industry. Next we are going to see about the components of ladder logic. So here we are having the 4 components. So the first one you are seeing here is the power rails and rungs. So I have told you, right? Rails and rungs. So can you see the 2 vertical lines over here? So these 2 are the rails and the horizontal lines are called as rungs. So rails are also called as power rails because we are going to give plus and negative over here. That means it is going to give the power supply to the components. That's what it is called as power rails, and the horizontal lines are called as rungs. The next one is a normally open contact. It is nothing like a switch. Normally we are using switches to turn on the outputs, right? It is similar to that. And next one is a normally closed switch. These 2 are the 2 input contacts we are going to use in the ladder logic. Fine. So normally open contact, what it will do means, whenever we are going to turn on, it is also simply called as NO contact. So NO contact means it will be making the circuit. That means whenever it is turned on, that time it will be giving the output. If you are turning off, it will not give the output. Opposite to this normally open contact is normally closed contact. What it will do means, if you are not disturbing the switch, if you are not turning on the switch, it will not give the output. It will give the output. So if you are turning on, it will break the output. I mean, it will break the circuit. So simply it is making the contact, it is breaking the contact. The next we are having a output coil which is used to give the output. So all these components are very important when it comes to ladder logic, because these components are ruling the ladder logic. Fine. So let's see about the do's and don'ts. So do's and don'ts in the ladder logic. So all the contacts should be in the left side. So we have seen about NC and NO contacts, right? So that contact should be in the left side of the ladder logic, and all coils should be in the right side. We have seen that output coil, right? That should be in the right side of the ladder logic. Output should not be in the series. That means only one output should be in a rung. If you are having a multiple output for the single input, that output can be connected in the parallel contact. Okay, let me share the whiteboard to discuss about it in a better way. Just have a look into this. So here I have I have drawn the contacts and coils over here in the ladder logic. Okay, just have a look into this. This is a normally open contact. I have represented that as X1, and this is no NC contact, normally closed contact. I have represented as X2, and these two are the coils. So parallelly I have drawn one circuit over here which is similar to the first rung. So this is the rung where I have placed all my components over here, and this is the second rung. I have placed the remaining, the next components, next set of components here. Okay, so the first rung is represented as a circuit over here. So I think we are very familiar with this type of circuits, right? We have done in the electrical and electronics lab. So this is a power supply we are giving to the switch. Since the switch is open, Y1 is off. Correct. The same thing is represented here. X1 is in an open condition, so Y1 is off. So whenever we are closing the X1, means the circuit is getting the closed loop, so Y1 is on. Okay, this is what the concept is, right? The same thing here. Whenever you are closing the X1, it will allow the power to get into the switch to reach the output. So output is on. Okay, so here it is a power rail, no? So it is represented as plus and minus over here. Fine. And the next over here is X2, which is a normally closed contact. So initially Y2 will be on. So it is depicted here as a circuit. So it is initially getting the closed loop. So Y2 is on initial stage itself. Okay, so here X2 is initially on, so Y2 is on. So when you want to break a circuit means you will be disturbing the switch. Disturbing the switch in terms like you will be turning on. That means you will be open the switch. That means the switch will be going over here, right? So Y2 will be off. The same thing, Y2 will be off here. So this is how the ladder logic works. Fine. So we have discussed about the do's and don'ts, right? So all the coils should be in the right side. That means all the output should always be in the right side. You cannot put this coil in this place. Fine. Same thing, all the contacts should be in the left side. You cannot put the contacts over here. This is wrong. Fine. The third point we have seen about output should not be in the series. For example, see here, you have another output here. Let it be some other output. Let it be like Y3. Right. So this one, this one should be represented in a ladder logic same as here as parallel. So output should not be in the series. In another way, you cannot connect the output in the series. It should always be in the parallel. Fine. So these are all the do's and don'ts in the ladder logic. So let's wind up the session over here. Let meet you all